Okay. All right. Now, the Giants. Derm?
Just don't move the ball. They just don't punish teams off turnover, off half-back. I mean, Nick Haynes marks the ball, although he got taken care of the other night. Thought, let's pay credit to Sydney. Sydney could have, for a team that a month ago were lucky to beat the Bananas in pyjamas, they could have come out and beaten anyone on Thursday night. Their game plan was fantastic. The Giants just don't punish teams on turnover. When Haynes marks it, or if they flick it out on half-back, they used to... What did Jared christen it? The Orange Tsunami. When was the last time you saw the Orange Tsunami?
But then another great discussion point. 3 years ago when the Orange Tsunami was in action, a lot of the commentators, and I'm not saying it was you, but a lot of the narrative was, you can't win a flag with the Orange Tsunami. You've got to be able to defend. So what they're going to go and do, they go get Matty de Boer and they try and bring in some soldiers. And now they're saying, God, you're playing like crabs. I mean, they're in a really tough situation. And, you know, everyone's responsible. The coach is responsible. The players are responsible mainly, Dermot. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to... You know, Jeremy Cameron. Jeremy Cameron, mate. You know, $1 million player, my God. There's got to be some responsibilities taken here. You know, and then Josh Kelly. You know, for a guy who's such a beautiful kick, how many times did Josh Kelly and their other gun, what's his name? Whitfield. Just slam it on their boot and move it down the ground.
He's playing like a man who's going to get caught every time he gets it, Lockie Whitfield. He's just dump kicking the ball too quickly. I'm telling you, they will never be a genuine top 4 team. And don't forget they finished 6th last year on the AFL table. They didn't finish top 4. True. They will never be what they should be until they address what they do without the football.
The defence.
The defensive half-ball movement, 14th in the competition. They don't take anything off you. They allow you to move the ball. They win the ball back between the arcs, the 3rd least in the competition. You can't be a good side if you can't defend your front half of the ground. Now,
they've always left it to Phil Davis, David.
Yeah, but the fullback doesn't save it.
I know, but to organise them.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Not up the other end.
He's at fullback.
So who takes responsibility for that?
The coach has got to take responsibility. I mean, he's got to put emphasis on what he wants from his team, doesn't he? And I'm not sitting here saying I know more about Leon Cameron, but if there's flaws in their game, isn't it up to the coaching department to say, we are going to prioritise what we need to improve? And one of them is, when they've got the ball, can we maybe defend better?
But I showed you that vision 3 weeks ago of their backs pulling back, their 6 backmen go back with their opposition forwards, and it creates a void in the middle of the ground that they just get picked apart so regularly in the absolute corridor, the hottest property in AFL football, the corridor through the centre square. They get picked apart 10 times a week through that zone, and they bleed. And I said a few weeks ago, this is the last time that Leon Cameron's going to get to play his way, 2020. If it doesn't work this year, it's back to doing what everyone else is doing. But you're 2 years behind.
But why doesn't he go full on trying?
Because he doesn't. It's not his.
But he's trying to be careful.
Belief.
But he's trying to be careful. Do you see that?
Careful.
Safer. Is he following Geelong and Collingwood? Right. Let's get the pill. Let's just slow it down. Have they gone too far the other way?
That's with the ball in hand.
With the ball in hand instead of.
Yeah, they don't move the ball quickly. But David showed some great footage,
I saw it,
of how they pull back, and that's what I'm saying. They've always said to Phil Davis, you make sure your teammate adheres to that bloke. You make sure that all works around you, where we trust you to beat your man, and we'll do what we do in the midfield and forward, try and score.
I'm going to show you Wednesday night what Mark Blitzarves does for Geelong in terms of defence as compared to what the fullback of the GWS Giants does in terms of defence.
Okay, can't wait. Looking forward.
They can't win it. They can't win it the way
I was going to
ask. They're good enough to win it. That's the problem.
No, they've got the talent. You talked about game plan before. Game style.
They can have a day. They can put a score on your Derm. If they have a day out, these guys, the names you just mentioned,
with Toby,
if they shoot the lights out,
they're 5-2 with Toby Green.
But how often does it happen?
Yeah, you're right. He's
with Toby Green,
player.
But 5-2 with Toby Green.
It's like, can you win a flag when you're tossing heads or tails? Who's going to turn up today?
Spot on.
Or you want a level of consistency? What are you doing? You're just upset because you got asterisks beside your name.
You can't just play with the football. You've got to play without possession.
You've been
That's what
saying
the
that.
best
You've been
teams
saying
do.
that for a long, long time. And the other night, that was as stark as any discussion point in football this year.